Hello, chat. There's just something I've just realised, right? I just went out to do something, and then I come back in. I just realised I forgot to remove the text from the starting soon screen from saying back soon. So now people are going to be thinking, what does he mean back soon? When did he start? So that happened. First thing I need to do actually is just ping in my Discord because I need to get into a habit of actually doing that. I can see the chat on my screen, so I don't have to watch the YouTube video to see it. Thank God for that. Luckily for me, all I need is just that link. This is the benefit of having your own little Well, no, it's not really a little section. It's good that I have my own role in one server where I can just where it pings anyone who has the role will get that role. No, will get that notification, and that's actually convenient for me because then I can grab the link without actually having to go onto YouTube for it. Right. Oops. Server. I know I could have just done this during the starting soon screen, but I can't be asked. I'm doing it straight away. Server notifications, right? Hello, I have remembered how to stream. There we go. Hello, I've remembered how to stream. And I'm live in the flesh right here, right now. There we go. Hello, I've remembered how to stream, and I'm live in the flesh right here, right now. Well, the last time I checked, I was alive, and as far as I'm aware, my pulse is still going, so there you go. I won't lie, right? Because I've been mainly on Instagram lately. Like I've not really posted much I've not really posted much on like YouTube or anything, right? And I just wanna let people know what's going on because like I haven't really I haven't really my brother was shouting and it caught me off guard. I've been doing a lot of stuff, right? Some unfortunate stuff and some stuff that's fortunate, right? The stuff that's unfortunate is that I've had to like back down from a couple of projects. So, there is that. But can you really blame me? I got a lot going on. Also, you may have noticed there isn't much ceiling fan noise anymore. And that's because we've turned it off. So now I can talk without the fucking ceiling fan blowing into my mic. So whoop-de-doo. Now you don't fit. Now it doesn't sound like I'm tapping my microphone on purpose, even though I wouldn't be doing that anyway. A lot of things have been happening. Like it may look like I swear, right? When was my last upload? My last upload was like what, a couple days ago? When was it? Let me just have a look. Yeah, 3 days ago. But other than that, I've not really made much of. I've not really posted that much, apart from that one video where I basically rant about Splice Instrument. But that's not for here. If you want to listen to my rant, you can do, but like, yeah. The thing with that is like, I have like a tiny. It's like I'm. There's two factors to splice instrument, right? I was one of the testers, so that meant that because I was one of the testers for that, you know, I would probably have a biased opinion, but honestly, right, after seeing that ad, and if you don't, okay, for anyone who's tuning in and I've got no idea what I'm talking about, right? Multi-billion-dollar company, I think it is, called Splice, made a basically new plugin for which has labs content, right? The labs plugin is still available. You can still, as far as I'm aware, you can still download it, right? But everything else, like this new plugin is called Splice Instrument, right? And I'm sorry, but I saw the ad, and it's just fucking corporate slop. So I had to like, you know, and I've been getting that as an actual YouTube ad, might I add. I've been getting it as a YouTube ad. I've also been seeing it as an Instagram ad. They're advertising it. I can't speak. I haven't had much sleep, so you know, I've only had 5 hours of sleep. Somehow I've managed to. I'm actually surprised that I've managed to. You know, I'm surprised I even managed to even think of like a sentence or what have you. But yeah. So they dropped a plugin. The advertisement for it, I'm sorry, but the advertisement is fucking soulless. There's no soul in that ad, and you can just feel it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the clip that I made of like, I think it might be a vibe, I wouldn't be surprised if that turned into a meme. If that thing turns into a meme, then I don't know what to say. But, you know, that video's been doing quite well. It's got 5 likes and it's got 43 views. So, yeah, so that's quite good, actually. Usually my videos do shit, but not that one. In comparison, why do I make virtual instruments as less? And, yeah, the sad factor is most people just come for me. The sad factor is just that most people come to me for Mario the Music Box content, which I can't give out. I actually can't give that out unless I have permission to do so. So those people are going to be sat there for a while, and then they'll be like, why is he not doing Mario the Music Box content? That's what I subscribe to him for. And it's just, I can't do that. Not yet. So there's that. Anyway, enough about that. So yeah, after seeing the Splice ad, I thought, is this really what Labs is turning into now? Like, I know that I tested it. I beta tested it, right? Which would mean that there's a bunch of biasness towards it, possibly, because it's Labs. But, like, the identity's gone. That's the thing. Yes, the sounds may be the same, but the identity's gone. And so it's like, with the identity's gone, you know, right? And, you know, I have no I just want to make it very clear. With that video, I have no grudge against anyone, right? I have no grudge against anybody. Like, I don't have grudge against the actors in the video, because at the end of the day, they're just doing the job. I've nothing, I don't really have, fucking hell. I don't really have much against the Labs devs, because they're very nice people, right? I don't you know, I don't have any beef against them. I just have beef against the way the ad is structured. I just do not like the ad. Like, imagine if I made a video like that, where it's just all professional, all clean, and also having a room that looks like it's probably got disco balls in. You know, it's just like I wouldn't do that. That's why I don't do that. Hey, but yeah. So there's that. So yeah, on my Instagram, it's in the description if you want to follow it. But on my Instagram, at one point, it's not there anymore, but at one point it was. I did a voting poll on there because here's the thing, right? For those who are tuning in and don't know, because you probably don't, but for those who don't know, I do my own virtual sounds, right? Which is a thing I'm going to get onto in a minute, right? Because I do those, right? I've been trying to think of like a name, and I, you know, with the help of the community that I have, you know, they've helped me figure out a name for it because it sounds more like me. I'm gonna be doing like a whole set of like free shit. Right, what's this? Right, well, phone, why did you just give me a Twitch notification? Jesus Christ. Anyway, with the help of my Instagram, I figured out a name of what this so-called series of instruments is going to be, right? Because we've all established that it just sounds like me. I'm going to be calling them like insert instrument name experiments, right? Now, before that, right? Obviously, there's inanimate glitches that's coming out, which is, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say it is part of the experiments range, but like, it's not like, you know, it doesn't. Well, no, it is because it has like the knob is like. I'm just gonna shut up. um, before it's because I'll end up going down a rabbit hole then. So yeah, because I do that, I'm gonna be making like more of the experiments range because the name right. It was a vote between two things, right? Composer's collection or something like that. It was something like that. Or experiments. Like instrument experiments, right? Instrument obviously being in brackets, because that'll just be replaced that word would just be replaced with like, I don't know, trumpet, like trumpet experiments, fucking brass experiments and so forth. Fucking hell, my phone's vibrating again. So it was between those two, and someone said to me, right, my friend said to me that experiments just sounds more like me. And I thought, you do have a point there. I'm just going to stick with that. It's simple, doesn't sound fucking generic. I mean, come on. The name instrument is fucking generic. I'm sorry, but whoever thought that the name instrument was a good idea for a virtual instrument, I hope your pillow is warm. Right, that rant to the side. So yeah, we're going to be doing, I'm going to hopefully be trying to do more of that. Some of them may be definitely experimental in the sense that I'll probably go around my house recording a bunch of things, like what I did with my fridge. I did actually do that, and I turned it into a fridge library. You could look, right, I actually have phone, stop lagging, please. Well, it wasn't lagging. What am I on about lagging? It was vibrating. Anyway, because I have Nope, it's gone. Never mind. Anyway, look, right. I do have, like... So, like, the reason mainly why I've, like... The reason mainly why I've mainly, like... I've said mainly, like, 4 times now. The reason why I've, like... Not necessarily disappeared, because I've definitely not disappeared. It's just, you know, the reason why it's like, hang on, let me just do it. Let me just look at an example really quick. Like, so the reason I have like a massive gap between whenever I do the videos, like, I'm not even kidding. I think there was like a huge chunk of time between the show and tell shenanigans video and the new Discord server video, right? I'ma be real. Motivation is fucking terrible. That's why I don't stream that often, because motivation is also terrible. Fucking hell, the last time I streamed was 2 weeks ago. It does not feel like that. I feel longer, but yeah, I don't really stream that often. Simply because, right, the reason why I don't stream that often is solely because I don't like, I don't know, whenever I stream, it takes out a lot of social energy from me. Even on, bro, what am I on about? Social energy? I don't even talk to anybody, I'm talking to myself. But I don't know. Like, I don't really. My motivation has just been fucking dying. So, like, that's why I've not really had much of a presence recently. Like, you know. I think, yeah, 2 weeks ago I even did a like community post about why I left a specific project because of motivation. I don't know what it is. It's like fucking my mental health has just been fucking shit. I'm just gonna put that out there. So that's why I haven't really like locked in much this year. Like, I've not really released much this year apart from the fucking tracks that I've made for myself, like, primarily for myself, as well as that FNAF animation score and the Wolf and the Vixen. But, like, everything else is, like, things for myself. And it's like, I've not really released much in terms of, like, projects for people. And again, it's because of the lack of motivation, honestly. It is literally the lack of motivation why I've not been doing that. So, yeah. So I've kind of just been taking things slow, which is understandable. I mean, look at what happened last year, right? I think, right, this year, right, I think at the beginning of this year, maybe, I did say that I was taking things slow this year. I know that I said that. So, I do have a bit of, like I don't know what you call it. I do have a bit of merit whenever it comes to, like, not releasing much. I don't know, motivation is just shitty. That's all I can really say. Like, and for those, like, I know that most content creators can do this thing of like, oh, I can make a short every day. I can't do that. I do not have the energy to do that. I frankly do not have the energy to do a short every fucking day. If anything, I'm way more active on Instagram I don't know what it is about Instagram, but like, I feel like with that, I can just post random shit on there. That's what I like about it. I could just post random shit on there. I only post on there because I don't, just for funsies. Um, anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like with Instagram, I can just like pop whatever on there within reason, obviously, and I'm just sharing like what I do. Because it doesn't even require that much effort. All I do is just fucking attach an image and boom, done. That's that easy. And I plan to do more of that. I do more of that there than I do on YouTube because YouTube just sometimes, honestly, right, it makes me miserable sometimes. Not all the time, just sometimes. Like, I'll go on YouTube and I'll watch a video and then I'll just feel like, I don't know what it is, but like, whenever I watch a YouTube video, I feel like I'm watching it as a content creator as opposed to just sitting there leisurely and just watching it. You know? But it's fine. You know what I mean? There is always the thing of just taking another unplug break. That would be my third one this year. I'm not even kidding. I've had like 3 unplug breaks. What else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, a rather interesting thing happened actually. What was it? I'm trying to remember. Basically, I was just casually sat there one time, and I get an Instagram notification from someone I follow, which is Christian Henson, right? And I thought, oh, is this a new post? And then I look, and it's like, wait a minute, hold up, bro's only following me. I'm not even kidding. Christian now follows me. I've got no idea if he's watching the stream, but if you are watching the stream, Christian, hiya! I probably scared him off. Nah, but that caught me so off guard. I literally almost had a heart attack. Okay, not literally, but I almost had like a fucking, like my head went. I was dizzy after I saw that. So there is that. And that was very good because it's not every day when someone you follow follows you back. And the reason he follows me on there is because of violin experiments. Coincidental, isn't it? It's a violin library recently made, in case you're wondering what that is. And you know, it's crazy because, like, alright, my phone wasn't responding for a minute though. It's crazy because, like, bro, for those who don't know about why I like geek out about Christian so much, is because he made the music for one of my favorite TV shows, which I'm not gonna go into because that would mean I would go on a fucking info dump. And I've done plenty of those. Anyway, it's insane because I've only like I listened to his music and that, I then got hooked, then got introduced to Spitfire. Well, even though I got introduced to Spitfire ages back, but I mean I got more introduced to it like more seriously in recent time, and then he goes ahead and follows me because of Violin Experiments. I can genuinely see that perhaps in the next few months or whatever, I don't know, probably there might be a collab that goes on. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know what the future holds. For all I know, that could happen. Would I ride the train if it happened? Yes, I fucking would. Unless it's, look, right. There's many. I will say this, right? I don't really know the legalities of being able to say this, but if I was ever asked to work, if I wanted to collab with people, right? The only company you would probably get me to say yes to is like either a small company that's like a startup or Crow Hill. Those are the only two that you'd get me to do a collab with, most likely. Spitfire, no. Maybe not. Not with all this Splice thing going on. Definitely not with Splice. I wouldn't trust them as far as I wouldn't even trust them building a house, let alone fucking collabing with me. They'd fuck up in some way. So, yeah. But, what else do I want to talk about? Because there's a few things. Well, for one, I am going to say this. In terms of making virtual instruments, right? Oh, wait, actually, no. Right, really quick. Let me just go into Violin Experiments again, right? Was it this week? No, it wasn't this week. It was last week. Last week, right? This is how I know Christian found me through Violin Experiments, because I went onto his podcast, right? I might make a video about it, but might not. No, I mean, like, I might make a video of, like, him talking about it, but I might not at the same time. I don't know. Either way, if I was to ever make an official site for it, I'd definitely put the quote that he used as the fucking selling point for it. Probably. Even though it's free. So I go into the Google Meet and I put my hand up. Granted, I was a bit anxious, so I had my friend with me, and not gonna lie, the words he said were so heartfelt. Like I, I can't put it into words how I felt. Like it just felt so good and like really heartwarming. Fucking hell, my heart actually is warm. Uh, so yeah, it felt very heartwarming. And he said that that library that me and Ariana made, his words, sensational. And he said it had my personality in it. And that's what I like to try and do. I like to put a bit of me in the, whilst it's Ariana playing the sounds, I like to put me into it as well. Like with the sound design and shit like that. So that's why You know, it just felt so heartfelt. I actually nearly started crying then. That's how heartwarming it were. I nearly started crying just thinking about that. But like, hold on, I need a drink of water. My voice is dead. That was my water, in case you're wondering. Oh my god. That being said, right, Violent Experiments has got reviews. Right, it has got reviews. There's a whole video that's reviewing it. From somebody. Coincidentally, it's someone that I watched. I'm not even kidding. So I do have a video talking about how I made that library on the way. It'll go on my second channel, which I really need to actually add that into I really need to add that into the description, really, don't I? But look, if you want to know what it's called, right? It's called Noah's Vault. So I don't know if it will appear if you search it up for the first time. Probably not, knowing YouTube. But look out for that. I'll probably be sharing the videos on my community posts. But here's the thing: whenever I share videos on community posts, nobody sees them. It's like the algorithm doesn't want me to share videos. That's what I've noticed. It's just like, bro, I either post one image and it gets zero interaction, either because nobody cares or because YouTube just doesn't like to shove out the algorithm, shove it out. But like, it's just how it is. So I might try and do that, or I might just fucking build it from the ground up without doing all that, because look, if I do that, it's just going to put stress on myself. And because I know what I want to do, I want to make it I want to at least make it less stressful. So, yeah. There's that. So yeah, do definitely, if you are already subscribed to it, that's good. In fact, you can actually go to my second channel. If you go to the Why Do I Make Virtual Instruments video, you'll be able to find it. You'll just, because I pinned the comment. I literally purposefully commented on there saying, hello. But yeah, if you do want to check it out, please do, because I'm going to be posting behind the scenes shit there. That's not necessarily just for virtual instruments, that's just for music as a whole. It is for like music and virtual instruments. There will be a distinction between the two. Hell, I even thought of a good intro for the channel, which is a first, because this channel doesn't even have an intro. And the intro is Welcome to the Vault. Isn't that a good intro? Hello and welcome to the Vault. Sounds like a really good intro. So yeah, there's that. Now I'm going to talk about the future, because, there's going to be a lot going on, I reckon, right? I'm going to start with music first, right? I can tell you now, my music is definitely going to be going stronger, because obviously, look, music is a learning process. You learn as you go. So that, without a doubt, is going to get even better and better. But also, it's going to get better in terms of sound quality, because obviously I'm making my own shit, right? It's going to make it feel more like my music, rather than, oh, this guy's just bought libraries and now he just sounds like every normal average person. That's part of the future, and another part of it is related to the virtual instruments thing. I'm still riding that train, and I'm gonna be continuing to make hopefully bigger and better shit, because, you know, I want to be, look, one of the things I would love to be known as, even though it's a hobby, one of the things I would like to be known as, even though it's a hobby, is that one guy who just keeps on giving. And it's like, I don't know, I just want to be like Father Christmas, basically. Merry Christmas. Have yourself an entire string library of all the articulations for absolutely nothing. It's completely free. That's the kind of thing that I want to do. And I know some people will be like, well, you're not really getting any profit off it, are you? Well, I'm not even doing it for profit. I can't even do it for profit. Can't even do it for profit anyway, due to private reasons, which I will not go into. So, you know, there's that. So yeah. Also, right, I cannot stress enough how exciting inanimate glitches and this other thing is that I'm going to be releasing, right? This other thing that I'm going to be releasing hasn't started production yet, but if you go to my Instagram, you'll see that I posted an image that is related to that. It's like a description of one of the presets, because I've written down like a whole Google document of the presets, right? Obviously, it's mostly blurred because, like, I don't want to reveal what the instruments or instrument, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Could be one, could be two, could be three. We'll call it pack. I don't want to reveal what's in that pack just yet, but just know it's gonna be fucking wild, because, you know, it's just gonna be wild because I've never managed to, like, I've never, like, heard one of these ever. Like, well, no, I have, but, like, I mean, like, I've never had the opportunity of turning these into a virtual instrument. And I'm not going to leak anything yet. I'm not going to say anything about it yet. But just know it's going to be fucking mental. And it will be the start of a new series of stuff that will also come out. Not the experiments range, that's a different range, but that whole shebang. I would pop the image on the stream now, but that's just going to be too much work, and I don't want the stream to crash. So yeah, yeah. So we've got exciting things coming. So yeah, do definitely be on the lookout for that. The good thing about all the virtual instruments that I make, though, right? The virtual instruments that I make, you know that they're made by a guy who makes music. That's the good thing about them. Splice? Yeah, they might say they make music, but do they really? Of course, they probably fucking don't. They only just, like, launch them and probably, like, just launch them and just be like, yeah, well, we're a company, gotta do what a company does. You couldn't really see it, but I was clapping. You know, one of the things I really want to make a virtual instrument out of is a fucking trumpet. So if anyone wants, right, I don't think, look, right, like I said, half of the people that listen to these streams are probably people who don't have any instruments at all. I could be wrong, but if there's anyone out there who does have a trumpet, please get in touch with me. I want to make a trumpet library at some point. I want to make, like, a trumpet library. That sounds fucking British. And I know what some people are thinking, right? How can you make a trumpet sound British? Well, here's the thing, right? I've watched a lot of, like, British shows, right? And because my autistic brain likes to keep an eye out on the music is very prevalent. Autistic brain go wee. I'll be able to make them sound hopefully like that, and I want to make it sound as like, I don't know, I just like the fucking British sound, which is ironic because I'm a Brit, but yeah. So yeah, there's that. Hell, I might even reach out to someone who I know is a trombonist and be like, "Hey, do you want to do a bit of doots on a trombone?" You know, might reach out to them, might not. We'll see. We'll see. That'd be fun if we do. That'd be fun if I do. Hell, I might even go into the guitar space because I know a guitarist, and he recorded the guitar on The Wolf and the Vixen. So I could literally ask him, "Hey, would you like to record a guitar library with me?" And I make we make a crazy library. You know, that's the thing, right? Not only because here's the thing, right? Making these is making these is cool because if I share them to Pianobook, not only am I going to be using them, but there's going to be a lot of other people that are also going to be using them. And hey, you never know, there might even be that one instance where it appears on a film. I have a feeling Violin Experiments might actually do that, or like it ends up in like a TV show or whatever, and you just hear shredded pont in the back. If that ever happens, right, whoever made that, please credit me. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But like, you know, the thing is, right? That's the shredded pont score is very. The shredded pont score is very simple. All I put on the text is just slowly turn into Soul Pont. Or like just slightly, just like slide over to the bridge of the string instrument. That's all I put on it. It's not like anything special. But again, if that, like I said, if there's any trumpeters out there, I do have my eye on a couple of people, and I do know a couple of people, but like one of them said that they ain't sure, and one of them said that they need to get better recording equipment. And I got someone who said that they know a trumpeter, and they're gonna ask someone about whether or not they could record the trumpet for me. But like I said, I would love to do a trumpet library. And at some point, I even want to make like a bigger version of Violin Experiments, but instead of it like being a solo instrument, like I don't know, a violin or like a cello, I want it to be like a huge fucking string band, like a huge fucking string section. I just want it to be like that. That'd be fucking dope. Right. I actually have messaged Christian on Instagram about it, but as you'd expect, he didn't reply. But I don't expect to reply. But yeah. No, if I was to ever make like an ensemble library in the vein of Violin Experiments, I would definitely fucking do it. And there's people out there who are like asking me to do it. And I will try. I will try and make it. But don't hold me don't hold me not accountable, but like don't hold that against me because I can't make promises. I can't really make any promises. That's like saying that, oh yeah, they'll be able to do this, and then they can't do it. That's like saying you'll go out and get coffee, but like coffee's like £4, like £4, and then you can't get coffee. Can't make promises. So yeah. quite a lot going on. And hopefully the future is bright. If I look right, I have a feeling that all this, right, this is gonna sound fucking no, actually no, I better not say that because it's just gonna sound depressing. I don't want to make it depressing. I'm too silly to be making depressive things. Yeah, so we've talked about a lot recently, haven't we? We've talked about a lot over the past 47 minutes there, haven't we? We've talked about why I haven't really been uploading that much, even though I uploaded like 3 days ago. We also talked about, in terms of music, why I haven't uploaded a lot of music in like a few months. Weeks, I mean. Not months. That's a bit of an exaggeration. You know? And for those people who are like, oh, make more Mario the Music Box content, please wait on that, because I can't stress what that's like, because like I know nobody's forcing me to do that, but like, I feel like that's what most people are thinking. I feel like most people are thinking, hey, make Mario the Music Box content, or I unsubscribe. And here's the thing, right? I know that nobody said that, but that's just a thing that goes around in my head. And the thing is, I literally can't do that. Not without permission. Right? I, technically speaking, have signed an NDA. So I can't really do it. I can't post random tracks without permission. But, there is a but. I am going to ask them if I can post the full track for Memories. The new one. The new version. Because the new version sounds fucking gorgeous. I'll tell you that now. It sounds fucking gorgeous. Even if it's like, how long is the track? It's like 1 minute and 20 seconds, something like that. It still sounds fucking gorgeous, right? And I made it so it purposefully loops. So I can make it loop for as long as I want. You know? But yeah, needless to say, right? Just bear with me on that. I just burped, and I don't know if that picked up. If I grossed you out with that, I apologise. I did not know it was going to happen. I just had a garlic bread. So yeah. But man, there's a lot that has happened, and you know, I just wanted to do a video. It was not a video, well, it will be a video, but like, I just wanted to do like a stream talking about where I've been, and what I've been doing, and why my mind is going all over the place. So yeah. So yeah. Well, anyway, look, it's been 50 minutes. It's been 50 minutes. It's been nearly an hour, right? I've had a good yap and a bit of a. I will be honest. I did have a bit of a vent there, talking about content creation. I have to vent. You have to vent it all out. I know I could just do it privately, but like, I like to be open with people, right? I like to be honest with people. And if I say that my motivation is kind of going, then it's going, you know. I don't even know if that picked up on the mic, but you get what I mean. It's like, if my motivation is crap, I will say that my motivation is crap. I'm not just gonna like go on with my day thinking, oh yeah, no, it's fine, everything's fine, guys. I'm not going insane. You know, like I like to be open and blunt with people. I feel like being blunt with people is just the best way to go. You know, but yeah, no. It's scary to believe that it's nearly the end of the year as well. Maybe at the end of the year I'll do like a live stream and we'll do like a chat about like things like that have happened throughout the year, because you know a lot has happened. And this is going to be a stream first, because I have said it on Instagram, but I've not said it here yet. I won't make any promises, but at the beginning of 2026, I'm going to try and reveal myself. Ish. I'm going to do a partial face reveal. Only because, you know, a lot of people are probably thinking, you're a music man, but what do you look like? And the thing is, you know, I like to keep myself anonymous, right? I've always kept myself anonymous. I've not really revealed myself. I've not revealed myself within the past 5 years of being on YouTube. And I think it's time to materialize. Yeah, materialize into the public. Except not fully, because I am kind of scared. So the way I'm doing it is I'm hopefully gonna try and get a face mask. Just cover my face. Ish. Kind of like what you see in the image for my character. That kind of thing, like just a face covering. Just like a lower face covering. Only because I don't want to reveal my full face straight off the bat. Because I've had people be fucking mean to me. Right? A lot of people have been mean to me. Which is why I'm self-conscious. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm fucking self-conscious. That's why I don't reveal my face to people. Because if I reveal, well, apart from close friends and, you know, things like that, that's different. If it's like IRL friends, that's obviously different. I can't exactly hide behind a fucking screen there, can I? But, other than that, you know, might try and reveal my face more. Ish. Not fully. I might turn this little bit into a short. Or like a video or whatever. Just like a tiny little video, just being like, hey, I'm gonna reveal my face at the end of 2025. Well, yeah, no, at the beginning of 2026, really. Or I might do it on my birthday, which is a month after that. 4th of February. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Don't ask what I'm doing, I'm just stimming by flicking my finger on the laptop. But yeah, you know, there's a lot. There's like I said, there's a lot going on. So anyway, it's been, you know, now we'll go for 4 more minutes. We'll go for 4 more minutes and then I'll head off. But yeah, I've just been, like I said, it's just been mental this year. At the end of the year, I might do a live stream just being like, okay, let's talk about all the shit that has happened throughout the year. That's happened to me specifically and no one else. Which means I'm not going to get political. I am not qualified to talk about politics. That's why I never talk about it. So, yeah. This year has been fucking insane, though. Like, both in a good way and both in a bad way. It's been good and bad. That's all I can really say. It's been good and bad, but you know, that aside, it is just, you know, I hope that I will say this, even though it's not the end of the year just yet. I hope 2026 is just a bit better. Just that tiny little bit better. Because this year was like a fucking roller coaster. And honestly, I'm just glad, I'm just ready for it to end. So, yeah, there's that. My voice is breaking, Jesus. Right. I'm gonna end now. I'm gonna end. So, for those who have tuned in, even if you haven't really chatted, because the chat is empty, thank you for tuning in. And for anyone who watches the VOD, provided you don't have a attention span of a squirrel, I thank you for also watching. So, yeah, I'm gonna head off, rest my voice a bit, and yeah, that's about it. So I'll catch you on the next one, whenever the fuck that's gonna be. I'm hoping, just very quickly, I'm hoping that by the end of the month, Inanimate Glitches gets dropped onto Pianobook. Right, as soon as it does, I've got a video that's unlisted, and I'll just make that public as soon as that goes up. So yeah, do keep an eye out for that if you're into virtual instruments. Do keep an eye out for Inanimate Glitches, because that one's a fun one. Anyway, yeah, that one's a fun one. So I'll catch you next time whenever I next do these streams. So ta-ta.